Alright, what's up, YouTube? Um, let's see, let's put this on here. Yeah, so I'm in the bathroom again, filming another video. I know this is not the best location, but I feel like it becomes easier to talk about things like kind of in more detail and at length when I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I don't know why, it just kind of is like that. So I'm choosing to point the camera at my reflection and not like directly at me. Um, so it might be possible to continue the psychotic dumbass series. Maybe a tiny bit more. There's definitely a lot of room in that story for like more storytelling, but I'm not exactly sure when I'll get around to that because like just a lot of shit has come up. Like I think I posted those like 8 days ago. Um, I filmed them. I filmed them like almost like a month ago, but I only posted them like 8 days ago, and because I was like wondering whether I should post them or not. But man, this shit's hella dirty in here. There's hella dead skin around the sink because like I got super sunburnt on my shoulders, and I've just been like trying to get the dead skin off into the sink. Um, so I know that's kind of fucking nasty, but uh, I think I think because of this whole flaky skin thing, I had a dream last night that I had a dream last night that I was at some kind of a function or at some kind of I don't know, a social event, and I was performing magic tricks for people. And there was this girl who came up to me and was like, "Hey, I heard you're interested in like magic and like you want to perform magic for people." And I was like, "Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do here." And she's like, "Well, I have a trick for you that's really gonna like blow people's minds." Or she's like, "It's gonna scare people." And for some reason, I thought like in the dream, like I thought that the goal of a magic trick was to scare people instead of like create like wonder and amazement. I was like, "Oh wow, it's a really scary trick." And she's like, "Yeah, it's hella scary." And I was like, "Oh good, that's what I'm trying to like do." So because I've been taking magic lessons for the past couple weeks. I've been taking Japanese lessons and I've been taking magic lessons. And actually, that reminds me too that in my dream, the girl who was teaching me the tricks or the trick, she was like, "Oh, who taught you magic?" And I was like, "Oh, I found this guy online, and I started tutoring with him." And she's like, "Oh, he couldn't be." And then she said his name. She's like, "It couldn't be blah blah blah, is it?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's him." And she's like, "Man, he is such a horrible teacher. Like, he's really bad at magic. He's like, really like his sleight of hand is like horrible and like all this stuff." And I kind of agreed with her. I was like, "Yeah, no, he is bad. Like, he's been trying to teach me he's been trying to teach me for the past couple weeks, and like he's just really bad." And so we both agreed that he's bad, even though he's not. He's like he's not professional, but he's pretty decent. And so anyways, so she shows me this trick, and basically like in real life, or not in real life, but in because dreams are like part of real life, but in waking life, I've been practicing something called the pinky break, which basically is like your pinky has to get underneath the top card or underneath the top two cards or three cards. And you can also have a pinky break on the bottom of the deck where it's like the bottom card or the bottom two cards. Your pinky is like in between them and the rest of the deck. And that helps you with like a bunch of different sleight of hands and stuff. So the goal was to get a pinky break. The basically how you start the trick is you take a section of a pink card deck, Pink was just the color of the deck that was in my dream, and then there was also a blue deck. And so she's like, so you take some of the pink deck, you take some of the blue deck, you mix them up, and then you get the pinky break at a pink card. It doesn't matter which card, but you get a pinky break at a pink card, like somewhere in the middle of the deck, which is like not what a pinky break is. Like you don't get a pinky break in the middle of the deck, but you get it in the middle of the deck. And so as she's explaining it, I'm like doing it. And what's really funny is I had a pinky break in my left hand, but my pinky was like where my thumb was. And I was getting like, it was almost like if you took your thumb and stuck it in the middle of the deck with your left hand. That's kind of like what I was doing, but my pinky was there instead of my thumb. And plus this is the hand that's missing the tip of the pinky. So it was just kind of an odd thing. And I think it was just my brain trying to, rationalize the trick or whatever. Anyway, so as she's explaining it, I'm doing it, and she says, so then after you get the pinky break, you have to fan out the cards. So you have to show your audience the cards and how they're in random order. So I fan them out, they're in random order, right? Because you just shuffle them together, and then you fan them out after you get a pinky break. And then you do what's called a force. And forcing a card means that you have a card in mind and you know where it is in the deck, and you pretend to give someone a choice of like, okay, pick a card. Or like you're basically like you'll riffle your thumb down the side of the deck and you say, tell me when to stop. And so they say stop, and they think they're stopping at a random card in the deck and that's their card, but actually you're forcing a card because you show them the card that you already know like what it is. So you force a card. So basically you force the card that you got the pinky break on, and then you force that card, and then like it. So the pinky break and the force and everything that had to do with the cards had nothing to do with the result of the trick, which was basically like before you even start the trick, you have to take this balloon, like this balloon kind of material, and wrap it over your thumb. So it was really funny because I got a pinky break in my left hand, and my pinky was where my thumb was. But then at a different part in the trick, my hand was like completely normal. And my thumb, like I put this pink kind of balloon texture material over it, and it looked like a thumb. It was like putting a fake thumb on top of your real thumb. And the goal of the trick, again, was to scare somebody. And what you had to do was you had to peel off the thumb and make it look like you're peeling off your actual thumb. Like make it look like you're peeling your whole thumb off with like little to no effort. And it's supposed to really shock and scare the audience. So really like the trick itself with the cards had nothing to do with the end of the trick, which was basically just peeling off your thumb. And then basically like, I don't even really know how it worked because it was a dream. So shit doesn't really make sense in a dream, but like while I was dreaming, it made sense. It was like, oh, this is really going to scare people, even though it was just a sappy kind of balloon like material that you could peel off your thumb. So yeah, it was just kind of a weird fucking dream. But I did not really intend to talk about my dream, but sometimes it's useful to just talk about whatever comes to mind, because that triggers more memories. Like what's really interesting about dream recall for me personally is that I always anticipate a dream before going to bed because I know that I've been dreaming every day for the past like 2.5 years. So I anticipate a dream, and sometimes I look forward to it. Sometimes, most of the time, I don't really look forward to it. It's not really that special of an experience anymore. It's kind of like playing a video game or watching a movie. Like, yeah, it's fun, it's entertaining, but like, I'm not like pulling all this mystical meaning and saying, oh man, like, if I could just get lucid in my dreams, like, it's gonna really like improve my life and shit. It's just kind of entertainment at this point. although I think there's a lot more to dreams than we realize. Like I think that dreams can tap into any cell in the body. I think that what you experience in a dream is like you're tapping into different cell groups in your body, and you're visualizing tapping into those cell groups. Sometimes you can just visualize stuff in a lot of clarity and a lot of detail that is like out here, like stuff that's out here. But I think a lot of the time, like it can be used to kind of heal the body because it's something within the body is producing a sensation, which is then being visualized in a dream. So that's kind of my opinion of it. But anyways, like what's really interesting about dream recall, let's see if this is still filming. Yeah, it is. What are we at? 10 minutes. Is that basically like upon waking up, like I have the dream, and then upon waking up, like I'll remember, so long as I don't get out of bed, like I'll remember most of the dream. And then once I get out of bed and start doing stuff, like the dream starts to fade. But if it's really memorable, like if something really vivid happened in the dream, then it'll stick around in my head for a couple days. But what's really interesting about my dream recall is I remember details about the dream that I don't even remember upon waking up. So upon waking up, I have most of the dream, like 30 to 50% of the dream remembered, and then it kind of fades as the day goes on unless it's very vivid. But then I'll remember like details, like I'll remember seeing something or hearing something or meeting someone in a dream that like a couple days could go by, and then like something I do in the day will trigger this memory, and then I'll be like, oh my god, like now I remember like a detail about my dream that I had 3 days ago that I didn't remember the morning that I woke up from it. So it's just like shit's kind of interesting like that. So as I was talking about this dream, about the magic trick dream, it triggered that detail that I didn't remember this morning, which was that the girl asked me who taught me the magic. I said my teacher's name, and then she said, oh, that's a bad teacher, and then we both agreed on it. Like that I didn't remember this morning when I woke up, but now I do. So that's just kind of a cool example. Anyways, I want to go on to talk about chakras. I'm going to title this video Unlocking the Four, unlocking the chakras, or like something along the lines of like unlocking your chakras, or the importance of chakra control, or like something like that. And then I'm going to go more into detail about what I've been experiencing over the past couple weeks that has to do mainly with my heart, symptoms of basically like a heart disease that I've been experiencing over the past 4 weeks, and how they relate to the heart chakra, and how they relate to mental illness and like all this stuff. But I want to keep these videos short. I want to make a series, but I want to keep the videos short and succinct. So, because it's not supposed to be like a story time, it's supposed to be more of like an informational type of video. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to stop the video here and make part 2, probably make a part 3 and part 4. And as this experience continues, because this is an ongoing experience that I'm having, I'm experiencing some of those heart symptoms of heart disease today. And I might, I don't know if I'm really looking for a diagnosis of heart disease, because that might just throw me into more shock. But I am seeking medical attention for something different, which is I've been having a lot of pain in my lower back. So I have a chiropractic appointment scheduled tomorrow, and tomorrow I'll post the second video and update you guys on that and see what the results are. So anyways, yeah, peace.